Namaste, sweet friends. Today is Thursday, the 25th of May, and I usually don't do readings on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Those are usually my personal reading days. But I had a message come through last night at about 3:30, and it was so profound. I just had to share it with you. It's regarding the twin flame path, the twin flame journey. And it made a whole lot of sense to me because honestly, I've been struggling a little. And I think I've picked up on this in a few of the recent readings. I'm sensing from the collective a sense of heartbreak, a sense of frustration as divine feminines, primarily divine feminines, have been kind of working on themselves and doing their work, but yet still with this lingering, waiting, hopeful energy that the divine masculine is going to wake up and realize that they're in a twin flame connection and rush to the divine feminine and profess their love and confess their love. Oh, my light just came on. And that there's the happily ever after fairy tale romance. That's kind of part of the programming. And so, and I'll be honest, there's a little part of me that feels that way too. I think we all, the divine feminines, all feel that way. And you get to a point where there's such this intense longing, the knowing that you are this divine counterpart in this very powerful spiritual connection. And there's a part of you that just says it's got to work out. You know, they have to leave the karmic because this is what's supposed to happen. And so I guess the divine source, spirits, my guides, wanted to share some information. And they actually, I had to write it down because fortunately I keep this little book in my bedside table, and I was just like, I'll remember. I kept telling myself I'll remember, but they were very emphatic about me writing it down, so I had to turn on the light, and which negated any option to go back to sleep. But it was a very quick download that I want to share it with you. Okay, so you meet your twin flame and they activate you. Now, this is based upon your astrology chart as per the timing. The cosmic clock of divine timing is when you meet your twin and when you become activated. For me, I was activated in 2019, May 17th, when I realized, oh hell, this is something at the soul level. Didn't know anything about tarot. Never seen a tarot deck, nothing. But I believe in this message that some of the twin flames have been activated at certain points in time based upon the cosmic clock, and how your natal chart interacts with that clock as to when you are to awaken and be of service. That's as simple as I can put it. So you meet your twin and they activate your spiritual awareness, your soul self. It's almost like a switch. Of course, it's very intense. It's very romantic. It has to be in order for it to permeate the layers of programming. So what happens is the connection comes to the surface. You feel very united, but then the triggering begins. And the triggering, we use the word trigger, are actually activations. And they start at the lower frequencies because these are the things that need to be healed for you to get into the higher frequencies. So they start to trigger your insecurities, your codependency, your sense of abandonment, betrayal, lack of trust, lack of self-worth. All of these are barriers to merging into those higher frequencies. So your divine counterpart's role is to activate those latent and subconscious triggers, so that you can become aware of them, heal them, and that way you can ascend without dealing with those lower frequency stagnation points, what they refer to as pain points. Without dealing with those pain points, you are not going to be able to ascend, therefore be of less service. Okay, so all of this is pre-programmed, pre-planned. You and your divine counterpart, your soul self, had this plan in place, and the timing is based upon your cosmic clock, the interaction of your natal chart with the astrology. That's the message that I got. It makes perfect sense to me. I don't know exactly what planets, what points. I don't know. I don't understand any of that. All I know is this is the download I got. The other part is the you come together and then there's a separation, and then you come together and then there's a separation, and then you come together and there's a separation. And then in between you get these periods of intense longing. This intense, I need to be with my twin. That's because you need another activation. It's kind of like your power center has to be activated. It means that you're ready for another activation. And so the reason that it happens in kind of the sequence of stages is because it couldn't happen all at once. There is no way your physical, neurological body system could endure an intense activation of all your wounding at one time. You psychologically could not endure that. So it happens in these little activations, one at a time, as you interact with your twin, as you interact with their energy. Even if you're not in the physical, you interact with that energy. And you get that sense of longing because you're calling to them to activate you. And you're doing this in the lower vibrational centers. As you ascend, as you heal those, and you get higher up in your higher vibration centers, you learn how to activate yourself. So you don't necessarily feel that that intense longing. It feels like something's missing because you need them to activate you because of those lower frequency centers. And then they come in, they activate it, you heal it, you do your work, then you get to the higher frequencies. And there you are able to activate yourself. Or you can connect with your twin energetically and activate. You don't have to have their physical presence. Okay? So there's a series of activations of your pain points. It continues until you get to your upper frequencies. Now, there are twin flames that are meant to be together because they have more intense work to do. There's a twin flame revolution, Dove, and I don't follow a lot of these folks, but I do know that their energy is meant to be together. But there are some spiritual teachers, tarot readers, astrologists that activated years ago, even decades ago, with their twin, but they are not in physical union with their twin. That's not their course. It depends on your divine plan, your path, your journey. And you don't have to, don't program yourself to believe, oh, I have to be with my twin because that's what a twin flame connection is. Not necessarily. The twin flame connection is the activation. It is the vehicle, the energy by which you become awakened and go through your ascension process. Some twins are meant to be together in this lifetime. And I feel like this is their last, kind of like their last hurrah together, because they begin to ascend together. And maybe their last incarnation they wanted to spend together. That's perfectly okay. Maybe in harmonious union that they've never had before. This may not be that time for you. It's okay. Although there's a part of your heart that breaks when you hear that. This is the larger picture is you're eternally linked to your twin. And this lifetime is but a blink of an eye in eternity. Okay, so further, this is all pre-planned according to your Ascension plan, and it is based upon your birth chart. Feeling the pull from your twin, from that twin energy, is the need for an activation. So that draws them in. It's like, okay, you're sending out the bat signal. I'm ready for another activation. I'm ready for another activation. And then they come in and trigger another wound in you. And then you heal that, you do your work. But then you get to a point where you're like, I don't need that activation anymore from my twin. I can activate myself through meditation, through introspection, through conscious awareness, through grounding, through all the other tools in your toolbox that help you ascend. Okay. And again, it begins at the lower frequencies, and then you magnetize in your divine counterpart because you've reached a higher frequency. They come in, they trigger you, you heal, you go to a higher frequency. That's your ascension process. Remember, this cannot happen all at once, because when it does, if it were to, it would short circuit your mental well-being as well as your neurological pathways. Your body cannot handle that kind of intensity. I mean, my body couldn't. I hate to judge your body, but I'm kind of glad it didn't happen all at once, because I think I would have considered myself insane, and because of that. Okay, so I wasn't going to pull any kind of cards today. I just wanted to share that message. But as I sat down, I was guided to pull, and I'm just doing oracles. If I need to pull tarot, I have them. I'm going to start with the Rumi. This is my Twin Flame energy deck. This is by Alana Fairchild, but the Rumi deck to me reads Twin Flame energy in a very profound way. From nothing to everything. It's a 16 card, which is Tower energy, from nothing to everything. This is the deconstruction of your old paradigm of spiritual belief, religious belief, into your ascension process. In divine timing, according to the astrology and your birth chart, you awaken at a particular time, because the work that you do from that point on is what you are meant to do in service. Okay? They said go ahead and read a little bit of oracle. I'm not going to read a lot, because I just like to pull out what jumps out at me. Oh, my friend, if you are longing to be written on, become a blank page. I feel like your spiritual awakening becomes a totally new story for you to write. And those of you who have gone through it, you know it is a totally new story. This oracle comes with guidance that you are being asked to go to receive and become empty to be filled. This may mean letting go of attachment to a lover so you can receive genuine love. It may be of no longer holding on to a fantasy of your dream job, and what I'm hearing is your dream romance, but of being guided into your most soulful and successful vocation. It may mean letting go of wishes for your body or health to be other than it is, so you can simply get on with living each day, taking steps into wellness without thinking beyond one day at a time. It is a divine paradox that when we are asked to surrender a story or fantasy, it is because reality is knocking at our door more often than not with the delivery of what we have been fantasizing about, but in the best way for us. Okay? So I'm just going to say one more time, I do not feel truly in my rational or in my soul self that my twin and I are meant to live in a 3D union together. I don't understand how it would work. I don't think that that's what's meant for us. I do feel, however, that we are eternally linked. We are eternally connected. And I do believe in my soul self and in my heart chakra and all other that we want the best for each other in the physical. But that doesn't necessarily mean there has to be disappointment, that it's not coming as a 3D union in a typical relationship. That doesn't work for me anymore. And I don't feel like I need the activations. I may later, I don't know. But I feel that there is a harmony now, that we can each accept that our divine plans do not involve a 3D union. And that's peaceful for me. That's peaceful for me. And I know there are others like me. Now, not all twin flame unions are like that. Some are destined to live in, because their work they do together. My mission, I feel, is more of an independent mission, and that very well fits with my personality. I know I got a little hair issue going on. Sorry, whatever. I'm about to go golfing. So this is the Divine Abundance. I just want to get some uplifting messages, or whatever messages that I didn't download properly, to give the Divine Spirit Source an opportunity to either clarify or correct. Limitless. Okay. See yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. So we have two messages here of being open to receive. Okay, so that means you have to surrender your programming, surrender your anticipation, expectations of what your twin flame connection should look like. Many of us are still clinging to old paradigms. This is the soul's journey. Oh, there's envy. I am not the same as everyone else. I'm with different challenges. I'm the same as everyone else, but with different challenges. Don't envy. Don't bring that into your connection. A lot of you are looking on your Divine Counterpart social media. I happen to live very close to my Divine Counterpart. Indecision, okay? I might have to pull some tarot on this. I use my intuitions in all aspects of life. So I encounter my Divine Masculine frequently, just from a distance. So the energy is it's almost like it surrounds our little community. It's like this energetic bubble of the twin flames in this community. And it feels as though that when there's an activation needed, I'll just run into him. I mean, that's just the way it is. And I can now become consciously aware, oh, I needed that activation. So then I process. It was kind of a what happened yesterday, and that's maybe what brought all this on, to explain why, and patience. Okay, I'll pull some tarot on that. I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Sacred Traveler, because there's something about envy and indecision. If you're on their social media, or you're watching them from a distance, if you're stalking them driving by their house and you see that they're connected with somebody else, or they're still with their long life partner, or marital partner, don't. That's part of their path. That's part of their path, and this is something to be celebrated. You should endorse their happiness. And if this is what their happiness is, whether they're happy or miserable, they'll be happy when they learn the lesson. But this is to be celebrated. And I know many of you, there goes the unlike, because you don't like to hear the message. But I'm sorry, it is to be celebrated. You should want your twin to be happy. If you don't, if you're still envious of somebody else that's sharing that space with your twin, if they should be envious of you, because there is no one else that in this universe that has the connection that you have. It's just your 3D ego, and your longing and your desire is overcoming your kind of your spiritual wisdom. So fall back on your wisdom. Connect with your guides about what is right for your path, and find peace with that. But if you find peace with it, then you can celebrate, hey, I'm glad that's working out for them. I'm glad they feel good about themselves in that situation. I'm happy for them that they're not going through more trauma, that they have overcome their abandonment issues by working out situations in their lives. I'm glad they're getting healthier. I'm glad they're able to be self-sustaining and self-reliant. That is unconditional love. So we have begin now and rejuvenating rain. Clear the past and heal the present. And take your first step. So right now, upon hearing this message, whenever it comes across to you, however you receive this message, be open to receiving this message, please. We have 2 reiterations of being open to receive this message, and begin now to clear that past, clear that programming, and be able to come to peace with your present, where it connects with your twin flame journey. Okay, I will pull some tarot. I'm going to use the Totally Zen'd Out Journey. I love this deck. Didn't like it at first, but I really like it. It was a great energy. Ace of Pentacles, begin now. This is a new beginning for you. This is focusing on manifesting the life that you absolutely have always dreamed about, or that you love. Yeah, 8 of Cups, come on. Go manifest something more meaningful to you, using your twin flame energies and all that you have learned on this journey to become the best version of yourself and create the best version of your life. That's what you came here for, because that's how you're going to be of service. Once you get to a point where you're in that kind of that 10 of Cups energy, you want to share. You want to do good for others, because when you do good, you feel good. And you want to share your gifts. You want to share your knowledge. You want to help guide others, because it's meaningful to you, because you're in that place of unconditional love, and you have that love for yourself, and you want others to feel like you do. This is a new beginning point. The Hermit. See, it's all about your spiritual growth and your wisdom. Take these last 2 in the bottom of the deck, and then I'll leave you in peace. The Chariot and the King of Pentacles. What I heard is, get a grip. Get a grip. This is all about you. And when you get to a point where you can activate yourself, your guides will show you the steps to take in order to manifest what it is that you need for that activation. And then you will be drawing that to you. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. And this to me is using this information. Align your actions, your intentions with your divine purpose, plan, and I'm hearing just the outcome. Okay? I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you.